I'd be confused if I was a plant too. I know a lot of people love a bit of hardening off. Pak choi, gone. There's a ginger nubbin. Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Hello, welcome to another glorious day at the allotment. It is a Thursday and me and Sam are both off work. We booked some days off work, and what a day to have booked off. Oh, the sun is just, I love the sun. The sun doesn't love my pasty skin, but I love the sun. We're back at the plot. If you're new, hello, this is our allotment plot in Derbyshire, and I co-own it with my fiance Sam, who is just getting stuff in and out of the car. There he is, over there somewhere. And yeah, we're not going to spend ages here today because number one, it's really warm, and number two, we want to spend the rest of the day chilling in the sun. So just spend an hour or so here. We've already had a walk around, and there are some.
45 degrees in our greenhouse.
It's very hot in the greenhouse. We have got an auto vent window, but even that, that's open fully, and even then it's still 40 odd degrees in the greenhouse. So I'll show you around some of the things we have discovered. Some good, some bad. I'll show you. First of all, the brassicas that I planted, purple sprouting broccoli and Brussels, are doing absolutely fantastically. 10 out of 10. Well done, guys. Well done. The cabbages are hanging on by a thread from the slugs, but they are hanging on. Kale's doing okay. I'm going to water everything today, obviously, because it's so warm. This is something I'm quite sad about. The pak choys have survived the slugs, but not the sun. They are flowering, which means they've bolted, which means it's just got too hot for them. I knew this was an issue with pak choi. Pak choi doesn't actually really like full sun. So I'm going to take these out. I'll feed the greens to my rabbit because I don't want to waste them. So I'll take the greens out, feed them to the rabbit, and then we'll plant something else in here. Courgettes, still alive, wonderful. Sweet peas, this side is growing, this side isn't. Don't know about that, don't know why. Another negative is I think our garlic has got rust. I don't really know much about it. I'm going to have to do a quick Google, but I'm pretty sure that that's rust. I don't know whether we can just chop the infected leaves off and leave it, but I don't think that's necessarily, I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think that means the garlic's done for, but I think we're going to have to do something about it. I think it's just like an infection type thing. And because of the hot weather, this must be, I can't remember if it's soft neck or hard neck garlic that does this, but it's sending out onions trying to flower. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, I'll come on to that in a minute. These are garlic scapes, and I've seen these on American, hello little bug. Don't know if you're good or bad, so I'll just leave you. Seen these on American like TikToks of farmers and stuff growing garlic, and apparently these are like the spring onions of garlic. So they're like just young garlic flowers. So I'm going to pull them off, because if these go to flower, then it'll not put energy into the bulb. So I'm going to pull the scapes off, and you can have them in food, much like you could like spring onion. So I'll do that. And Sam's just said that the onion is flowering, which is true. Oh dear. What do we do about that?
Why do you OD everything?
Because I don't think...
There's OD, you're just default, I'm panicking because I don't know what happened.
Yeah, because... Oh dear, because flowering means that the plant has decided that's it, it's done for, let's chuck all our energy into reproducing. So I'll Google what to do about this while we're here, whether we need to chop them off or what, because I've...
That's if you feel the stem is on.
I know. So, again, not good. That's on quite a lot of the onions. I think it's just the heat and the... I don't really know. But I'll Google that and see if we need to chop those off, because if they go to flower, I think that's the end of the onion, and that's not good, is it? We want it to bulb up. Anyway, so there's some good, some bad. We'll Google what to do.
Look at it. Look at that onion there. It's absolutely just decimated.
I don't know. The onions don't look like they've got rust, which is good, but yeah. We need to do some Googling about what the hell is going on. I think it's just the heat, the random hotness now. But yeah, weird. But anyway, we're going to ignore bad. We're going to plant some stuff out. I'm going to water. And we're going to get on with it. You can't change what has already happened. So we'll just have to deal with it and move on. I'm going to plant some pumpkins out today. That's going to make me happy. So we've Googled what to do about the onions, and the internet says, smells like onion. The internet has said, don't let them go to flower, too late for that. But if they do, chop them off and try and harvest the onions, you know, fairly soonish. So Sam's just going around and chopping all the flower bits off.
Do you like a drink?
Yeah, we'll water them. I think it's just the weird weather, isn't it?
Literally being freezing cold and wet, freezing cold and wet.
Wet,
And all of a sudden,
bright sunshine. Yeah. So I'd be confused if I was a plant too, to be honest.
Like being back in June.
There's one here, darling. Anyway, you can't change. We can't stop it now.
Which is the way of nature.
I'm just gonna near the cabbages. Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't only just plant these pak choi days ago, and that I'm just harvesting them like anything else. You got the snips? I know.
We're in wedding dress trying tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been trying on wedding dresses. If you don't know, me and Sam are newly engaged and it's all very exciting. But every time I've been to try on wedding dresses, I've got horrible bruises all over my legs because this is what I do. Anyway, let's harvest this pak choi and pretend it was meant to be like this. It's just baby pak choi. Just tiny little baby pak choi. And we'll pretend it was supposed to do this. And then I'll be less sad that I only planted these out days ago. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What a beautiful harvest basket of things we were definitely meant to harvest. Can you see me? I don't know, because it's so sunny I can't see the camera screen. I'm going to plant out my pumpkins. These are my Big Macs pumpkins, Halloween big fancy fat pumpkin variety. And their roots are coming out the bottom of these giant pots. And the heat in the greenhouse is making them do the weird little baby pumpkin flower things. So that means they're just a bit stressed. So I'm going to plant them out. There's no frost forecast until, well, I can see the next 2 weeks of weather forecast and there's no frost forecast.
There's not going to be any frost now.
No, so I'm going to plant them out. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, assistant. Beautiful. Oh, he put ice in it and everything. Delicious. I'm going to plant them here. Oh my god, my hands smell so garlicky. That is disgusting. I'm planting them here. Oh, a ladybird! Oh, hello. Yes, you can stay. Oh my god. I'm planting them here. First of all, this bed has been manured, so it's lovely and fertile. Number two, I'm going to let them, well, I'm going to try and get them to trail across the paths because they're big. They're going to grow real big. And if you don't want them taking over a whole bed, which I don't because I want to plant other things in there, I'm going to let them trail across the paths, and I think that'll be quite nice. So I'm going to put them at the ends here and get them trailing sort of down the sides. So that is the plan. Let's get them in the ground. I'm excited. I really love pumpkins. I think most people who allotment like a pumpkin, don't they? Oh my god, there's loads of worms. Good. We like worms at the plot. Worms are good. Worms mean you've got good soil, I think. So, another thing I'm gonna, can you even see? I have no idea. There we go. Another thing I'm going to plant out are these yin yang beans, dwarf beans, and I'm going to plant them, as I said when I put this structure in, I'm going to plant them here so they climb up. I'm hoping these will be tall enough. They only get to about 1 metre tall, so hopefully they'll be alright. Yeah, I'll plant them in here. realised as well that I've missed a variety of courgette. I've got a sunburst, so I've got rondini, flat striped and black beauty, and I didn't realise I had another one. I'm going to put it there, and I realised that might not be, that's quite close to that one and there, isn't it? But I don't want to dig them up and move them. And I want all the courgettes to be together. Small issue, it's fine. Oh, let's just put it there. If it's too big, it's too big, and I've made a mistake. The sweet peas are going to grow up, aren't they? Not out, so that should be, it should be fine. I'll regret that in a couple of weeks, but right now I'm saying it's fine. No baby fruit for you, sorry. You may remember I put these cucumber tripods up. I got some more bamboo. These are slightly taller actually. These were free. My mum found them and gave them to us. So I'm going to do one in the middle, and then I'm going to, hello Sam, and then I'm going to start putting in some cucumbers, like this one at home I've been growing and it's about ready to go out, so I thought I'll start putting them in. Everything's going out today.
Rubbish visual effect. Raining.
Everything's getting evicted today. Everything's going to have to grow up. I've not hardened anything off, and some people might say, oh no, what are you doing? But I believe that plants have to survive, you know? And if they can't survive a bit of outside, then
yes.
Stop it. If you can't survive the outdoors, then why are they even here? Do you know what I mean? So that's just my theory. Could be wrong. I know a lot of people love a bit of hardening off, but I ain't got the time, effort or energy. And Charles Dowding doesn't harden off his plants. So cucumber's out. Cucumber's been evicted. Please survive. I've given you a lovely thing to climb up. You use it, you use it. If you don't, you're going to get eaten by slugs. I'd recommend you use it, okay? Next thing, let's move on. You might notice a slight change of makeup and clothing. That's because we had to stop, well we didn't have to, but we stopped filming yesterday because our neighbour came and they were rotivating their plot, so the noise was just top level. And also we didn't stay for much longer than we filmed anyway because it was so hot. It was so hot I got sunburnt. Bring sun cream next time, Emma, because you're a little pasty English rose. My skin does not handle the sun. But yeah, so I've just come this morning. I'm very glammed up because I'm going to try on wedding dresses very shortly. Very exciting. Stay tuned with the weekend vlogs for wedding content. But yeah, I've just come before I set off for there to give everything a water, because again it's not predicted rain today, and that time of year you need to come and water, especially in the greenhouse, and especially the new planted crops. So yeah, I've just been round, I've watered everything. I'm still trying to figure out the hose situation because that took me a good half an hour to water everything. Back and forth to the water butt, which is quite a trek up and down the plot. But I thought just to finish off this video, I'd do a quick little May plot tour, just so you can see where we're at, see what we've got in the ground, see how things are growing, and then next month we can look back and see the improvements, hopefully. So yeah, I'll just do a tiny little plot tour, and then I'm going to try on some wedding dresses. We start at the top of the plot, front of the plot, back of the plot, because this is the back of the plot, isn't it? We've got our herb planter that is doing absolutely magnificently, if I do say so myself. This parsley, great. A little bird feeder, yeah, they're doing fantastic. Yesterday, actually, I didn't film, but I planted a dill and a coriander that I've grown from seed, so they're now in. That's looking great. Carrots. This is the first sowing of carrots that are coming up fantastically. I did thin these out once, but I will thin them out again because I am aware they're too close together. And then this is the successional sowing that is just coming up. Fantastic. This is the Cosmos, a marigold planter. Only one has been eaten by slugs, but if they're going to eat just one, that's fine. If they leave the rest and they just eat that one, we're okay. So yeah, they're coming up lovely. They're growing at a rate of knots in there, actually. It's fantastic. I've also got my little bistro set up. And then come round to the other side, obviously the shed. It's still semi-tidy in there. You know how it is, sheds. This was the tulip and daffodil bed, but it's going to be repurposed into a dahlia bed and other flower bed. But my dahlias are still growing at home, so I can keep an eye on the slugs, because the slugs are really enjoying eating my dahlias. So, but yeah, that will be another flower bed. We're going to just let these bulbs die off naturally and fill it with other flowers that I'm growing at home. Here we've got purple sprouting that is doing fantastic, and Brussels sprouts that are doing great. These are the onion flowers that Sam chopped off, and it was his idea to just put them around the plants that we don't want the slugs to eat, because slugs don't like the smell of onion apparently, and I think it's a good idea, Sam, repurpose. This is the pallet pile, as yet unsure. That's a Sam project in there somewhere. Strawberries doing great. I weeded this bed the other day, so it's looking pretty tidy, and we've got absolutely loads and loads and loads of flowers, which is great. If you don't know, all of these strawberries were found at the back of the plot when we renovated it. There was a massive strawberry patch, so we took some of the runners, put them in here, and they're thriving. So these are all free. So yeah, and they're already sending out runners, which is great because I want this to be a full strawberry bed. I will probably put some netting over the top to stop the birds pecking at the strawberries before we can get to them, but yeah, they're growing fantastically. You saw me put these in. The cabbages are still hanging on for dear life from the slugs. The kales are doing great. Parsnips, you can see these are coming up sporadically. I'm going to do another sowing of parsnips at some point when I have time. Radishes, again, hanging on for dear life from the slugs. The slugs have had a very good nibble, but from my experiences, radishes just come back. Pak choi, gone. I'm going to replace that with lettuce because the slugs didn't seem to eat it. Touch wood. Oh, that was a cabbage white. Cabbage white just flew past. Yeah, the slugs didn't seem to touch the pak choi, but it bolted, so I'm going to have to replace that with something. Monge 2 is growing. It's facing the slugs, it's facing the birds, but it is growing. And back there, that was where my beetroot was, but it all got eaten by slugs, so I've now sowed some in the greenhouse and I'll transplant. But I just put some compost on there just to make the soil better, basically. But yeah, that's destined for beetroot. This is the onion bed, well, the overwinter onion bed that we had to chop the flowers off because they were trying to flower. From the internet, it says they might not grow much more than this. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see. And if they don't seem to be growing much more, we will pull them and put something else in here. Nice big long bed. Again, this has also got onions in. The ones that have survived being pulled up by the cat, fox, pigeons, I don't know. But they are growing slowly. And I'm going to interplant stuff in between them. That's got nothing in. We did pull that spinach out just so we can prepare the bed. But yeah, that's got nothing in as of yet. That's destined for greatness. Not sure what yet. It'll have something in. This is the garlic, the rusty garlic. I tried to chop. Oh, that's got rust in it as well. Oh no. Saying yesterday, I tried to chop off all the bits I could see that had rust on. And we made garlic scape pasta sauce yesterday, and it was absolutely delicious. So if you have got, I think it's soft neck garlic, if you have got that and it produces these scapes, they are delicious in a pesto pasta. Again, we're just going to have to see how these go with the rust. I don't really know. Garlic is all new to me, but we'll see. Sweet peas, again, this side not growing. This side is growing though, so don't know what's going on there. Courgettes, all nice in a row. They are too close together. I know, I'm going to regret that when they start growing, but this is where they are. peas, yin yang beans that I planted yesterday. They're doing great. Dwarf beans. I think I said I'm going to do the Three Sisters, so I'm going to do sweet corn in here and try and plant some beans up with sweet corn and have courgette ground cover. That's a pretty standard growing thing, apparently, the Three Sisters. So sweet corn will go in here. That's growing at home. Pumpkins seem very happy in the manure. I had a few comments saying that squash will do fine with not fully rotted down manure, so pumpkins, great, go forth. They're looking amazing. These are the rest of the beds. That's going to have beans in, more dwarf beans whenever they grow. Not sure. Going to have pumpkin, baby boo, and Jack the Little over this arch. I might get another arch and do it like as a double, because I know pumpkins take up quite a lot of space, so I'm still debating whether or not to do that. But yeah, pumpkins over this archway in the middle. Over here, we've got the one cucumber that I grew at home. That's going to grow up that one, and I have got a couple more cucumbers getting ready to go out in the greenhouse, and then as soon as they're ready, they'll go up those. So that's destined for cucumbers. Climbing courgette, shooting star climbing courgette up there. These arches and beds are free for beans or something. I don't know. I might be able to do actually. I might be able to do one type of pumpkin over there and one type of pumpkin over there, because this is a manure bed. Oh, that might be a good idea. And then beans up the other arches. Oh, I'm not sure. Ideas. World's my oyster. Rhubarb is... I picked off all the really red and orange leaves. You know, when I asked what's going on, it tasted fine. I cooked it up, so I made it. It tasted great. And I picked up all the other dead leaves and just put them in the compost, and now I think it's been rejuvenated a bit, and there's lots of new shiny green growth in there, so I'm hoping the rhubarb's coming back. Again, this bed is empty, that bed is empty. Again, I might do flowers. Got lots of flowers growing. More squash, I've got butternut squash, things like that. We'll see. These are empty, ready to be planted in. Pond is looking great. I was worried about the pond. I don't need to be worried about the pond. It looks fantastic. I'm so pleased that this has turned out okay. Yeah, it just looks great. I'm so pleased. Still no sign of frogs, really, but they might be there and I might just be missing them. We've obviously got the random bulbs that came up that I wasn't expecting, which is quite nice. They're up. Got some flowers blossoming. These are perennials, so they'll come back every year. Got a little grass plant there. Yeah. All the pond plants are doing really well. It's going really well. I'm really pleased with all this. This is making me happy. If I was a frog, I'd come to this pond. Compost area is okay. Again, it is what it is, isn't it? We sort of covered it up so it didn't get wet. But this is now turned into a dumping ground for everything. I'll have to tackle this at some point, but today's not that day. Our proper compost bins, those have been lovingly made with paper, manure, greenery, grass. They are the prime compost bins, so hopefully they'll make something good. We'll go to the greenhouse in a second. My pride potatoes, that is their official name now. These are the first earlies, doing absolutely incredible. Second earlies, the main crop. So I just need to get some more compost and then I will earth these up. Don't need to earth up first earlies, but I will earth up these ones as soon as I get my hands on some more compost this week. Wildflower bed. There are absolutely loads and loads and loads of seedlings in here. Now I'm not sure which are wildflowers and which are weeds. I think they're a bit of both, but there's, wildflowers are weeds, aren't they, basically? But I'm just going to let everything grow because I don't know what's a weed and what's a flower. And then once they grow and I see what's happening, I'll weed it. But at the moment, I'm just letting everything grow. There's wild area. Raspberry, still growing, competing with creeping buttercup. Blackberry, still growing. Don't know what this is. Currant of some sort, but I've told Sam planted it there like a silly Billy. But I've told him he needs to dig it up and put it in a pot because it's, it's very close to the edge of the path there. So number one, it might get mown over by a lawnmower. Number two, I can't really keep an eye on it there, so we need to put that in a pot. So that's the job for Sam. But yeah, the idea is to train the raspberry and the blackberry to grow up and to make a little bit of a fence, and that will act as a little bit of a windbreak as well. And we'll go into the greenhouse. Oh, What is the greenhouse temperature today? Oh my giddy aunt. 35. Toasty. And greenhouse is pretty empty, apart from, you know, I've organised it yesterday a little bit better. So we've got Ginger doing absolutely nothing. I'm not a Scooby-Doo what's going on there. Oh, tell a lie. She tells a lie, there's a nubbin. There's a ginger nubbin. Don't know what's going on with that, gonna leave it. These are, I've got one spring onion, great. This is stuff that I have transplanted some of, but I've left some as spares / don't want to kill them because I don't like putting plants in the compost. Coriander. That's all my beetroot come up. How fantastic is that? That looks amazing. Some of the things I've transplanted, so I think this is more broccoli. I don't actually know what these are because I've not labelled them. That's good, isn't it? Brassicas of some variety, and fennel, which is coming up. Great. Again, more dill, a couple more cucumbers. This is the herb thing, which I think they were just slow to get going, but now they're looking great. So leaving them to do their thing before I plant them in the herb planter. Spare courgettes. I'm going to give these, I think, to... My mum has a nursery that has like a kitchen garden, so I'm going to give some to her. Also some to Sam's Nana, because she told us last weekend that her courgettes haven't come up, and I was like, I can help you out with that because mine have. So yeah, spare courgettes, I'll be giving those away. I don't need that many courgettes as a plot. Those are the cauliflowers that the nice man gave me. I've just not put them out yet. Lettuce, it's quite hard to keep on top of this lettuce in the greenhouse because I think actually, shall I put it in the shade? Let me put this lettuce in the shade. That would be sensible, wouldn't it, Emma? And then we'll replace it with calendula because that'll like a bit of sun actually. Yeah, the lettuce is quite hard to stop drying out, but I've put it in the shade now. I should have done that before. Don't know why I didn't. These are teddy bear sunflowers that are growing fine. That one's having an issue. Don't know. Gone weird. Celery. Are we surprised? No celery. This is calendula that I'm going to put out in a pot as soon as I get more compost. This is baby boo pumpkins, butternut squash, Jack be little, I think. Oh, another courgette. Oh dear. Courgette patty pan. Okay, well, I've got another courgette to go out. More gherkin, cucumbers, cucamelon, the tiny little cucumber plants. And some more sunflowers. This is the stuff I potted on the other week. Again, it's got a bit hot, so some are not doing it, but the others are fine. And spinach, everything's doing really well, I must say. Stuff is going to be ready to go out soon, to be honest. Like these are all going to be ready to go out soon, so hopefully everything will be okay. And these are the peas that are all coming up, I think, pretty much. Pretty much all but 2 have come up there, so we're just sort of waiting for them to appear. And yeah, that is the greenhouse. I need a little dustpan and brush for the potting bench, but yeah, it's all neat and organised, it's all tidy. It does me very well. Beautiful, beautiful, great. And now I've done that, I'm going to be late. But thank you for watching, as always. If you got this far, leave a comment. How's your gardens growing? Is everything going okay? A lot of people on the last video have been telling me that they've been putting stuff out, which is exciting. Yeah, I'm excited. It's just all got to go out now. It's all got to go out. That's going to be the next process. But it's exciting. It's an exciting time of year, isn't it? And the sun, obviously, gorgeous. So yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on this little end of video plot tour. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm watching you. Subscribe. It's free, you know, and it helps us out massively. And yeah, follow along, see what we're up to, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.